If you are a sixth grader, you will be entering on the far left side of our building next to the main entrance. If you are a seventh grader, you will be entering on the far right side of the building near the auditorium.
Seventh grade.
Lastly, if you're an eighth grader, you'll be entering in the very middle of our building.
This way, all eight.
Upon arrival to your designated entrance, students will be instructed to stand in line 6 feet apart from other students. There will be markings upon the ground to guide you. Students will open binders for inspection, remove any jackets or hoodies, display ID badge, and place phones on the tables. Students will then walk through the metal detector. After the metal detector, students will get their temperatures checked and hand sanitized. Students will then be directed to their homeroom class or a breakfast kiosk to start their day. Upon arrival to their homeroom class in the morning, students will be greeted by teachers in a non-contact way, sanitize their hands, and enter the classroom. Every classroom will have a hand sanitizer stand, and the school has also purchased additional thermometers. Once in the room, they will remove their face mask and replace it with a pre-sanitized face shield. Students will be required to wear these face shields the rest of the day. Students will be walking along the marked pathways on the right side of the hallway while maintaining a 6 feet social distance. Students must keep their face shield or mask on at all times. Students will be walked down to the cafeteria in a single file line by their teacher. Upon arrival, they will stand on the red line, show an administrator their ID, sanitize their hands, and be directed to a food service line or outside if they choose not to eat. In the line to receive food, students will keep masks on and keep a safe social distance. Once they receive their food, students will choose a seat quickly and skip a seat between themselves and another student. They will remain seated and eat their food along with conversation using inside voices. They will refrain from touching the plexiglass partitions. Students will push up their face shield on top of their head while eating and return it to their face when finished. Their mask shield must be on when exiting. At the end of the day, students will return to their homeroom to return their face shield and to receive their face mask. Students will follow behind the teacher in single file once the bell rings until they reach the ground floor. They will move slowly to exit their designated area, and once outside, they will follow social distancing guidelines and signage when traveling through the hallways. Gaston's main entrance is going to be on the left side of our building. As you walk up to the building, you will ring the doorbell and be greeted by office personnel. They will ask for a form of identification. We will do our very best to serve you without entering the building to keep your safety first. Parent curbside pickup of students and materials will be utilized. Appointments are highly encouraged. Visitors who enter the building will be required to wear a face covering and a mandatory temperature screening, and those who proceed beyond the reception area will follow very specific guidelines for visitors. For the safety of all, parents are discouraged from entering the campus and will not be allowed beyond the front office area. Our staff will be available to assist you via phone, email, and virtual platform if needed. If you do need to come into the school, we ask again for a face covering and that you stand behind the plexiglass shields.